Ever walked into a room and just wanted to immediately turn around and leave, but you couldn't quite explain why? Or maybe you've downloaded a new app and got instantly frustrated before you even tapped a single button? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today we're uncovering the invisible rules that dictate why the physical and digital world around you looks and feels the way it does. If you've ever wondered why certain designs make you feel instantly at ease, you are in exactly the right place.
So let's dive right into this fascinating question. Why do the breathtaking Meenakshi Temple in Madurai and the Swiggy or Zomato app on your phone both feel so naturally satisfying? The answer lies in one fundamental principle of human visual organization: balance. There is a powerful, hidden framework holding these wildly different experiences together, and both of them rely entirely on visual stability to make you feel comfortable and secure.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll uncover the invisible force of design, understand how objects carry visual weight, explore the three types of balance, apply them across different fields, and finally, decode the emotion behind the design.
All right, part one, the invisible force of design. You see, behind every comfortable, pleasing layout, there's a silent force working continuously to keep things stable. Just like physical objects need real balance so they don't topple over, like building blocks or a well-made wooden chair, visual compositions need that exact same careful distribution to prevent a total visual collapse. Our brains are actually hardwired through evolution to look for environmental stability. When we see a balanced layout, we literally don't have to work as hard to process the information. It signals safety and order, helping the design feel completely resolved.
But when that structural harmony is missing, our nervous system reacts instantly. We might not know exactly why we dislike it, but the design just feels chaotic, awkwardly lopsided, or confusing. Picture this. You walk into a living room, and the heavy wooden sofa, the grand TV unit, and a massive bookshelf are all shoved against one single wall, leaving the exact opposite side totally bare. You'd feel that uncomfortable tilted sensation, right? Like the room might physically tip over? That is your brain registering a severe lack of visual balance in real time.
Moving on to part two, understanding visual weight.
To really grasp how this balance is achieved, we first have to understand visual gravity. Not all elements on a page, a poster, or in a room are created equal. Some just naturally pull your eye toward them, like a highly charged magnet. Designers call this pull visual weight. Think of it as a gravitational force that commands your attention. Just like the Earth exerts a physical pull on you, certain bold elements in a design exert a powerful psychological pull on your eyes.
Imagine a physical scale. On this scale, large objects, deep dark colors, and complex bold textures visibly weigh way more than their smaller, lighter counterparts. A massive, deep crimson square holds massive visual weight compared to a tiny, pale yellow circle. It's exactly like placing a heavy, dark mahogany dining table right next to a delicate, transparent glass vase. Your eye naturally jumps straight to the heavy table first. Professional designers act as the architects of this gravity, incredibly carefully balancing heavy anchors with lighter breathing room to create perfect equilibrium.
Let's move to part three, the three major types of balance.
First up is symmetrical balance. This happens when both sides of a composition are perfectly identical, acting as mirrors. It projects ultimate authority, formality, and unquestionable stability. Think of the breathtaking mirror image architecture of the Taj Mahal. It just exudes perfect order. On the flip side, we have asymmetrical balance. This is where completely different elements balance each other out without being identical at all. Imagine a large, airy block of text, perfectly countering a small, vibrant, highly textured photo. This dynamic tension creates incredible energy and movement, which is exactly why it's heavily favored in modern digital design.
And then we have radial balance. Here, elements are beautifully arranged to radiate outward from a single central point. You instantly recognize this in intricate mandalas or the vibrant geometric rangoli patterns drawn right at your doorstep during Diwali.
Radial balance creates an undeniable sense of rhythm. By pulling your focus squarely inward to the dead center, it creates a hypnotic energy that feels deeply spiritual and remarkably grounding.
Part 4. Balance across different fields. Now, you might assume this invisible gravity only applies to fine art, but it is truly a universal law of design. In graphic design, balance organizes things so a massive billboard on a congested Mumbai highway is perfectly readable in a split second. In fashion, think of how a heavy, intricately embroidered Sabyasachi lehenga skirt is perfectly balanced by a simpler fitted blouse so it doesn't overwhelm the wearer. In interior design, it guides furniture placement so a bustling city apartment feels spacious rather than cramped. In UI/UX, it ensures the apps you use daily guide your thumb naturally without chaotic buttons. And in architecture, it ensures visual grandeur, where the intricate, repeating windows of the Hawa Mahal distribute visual weight perfectly across its facade. So many different applications, but exactly the same underlying principle.
Finally, Part 5. The emotion of design. What does all this visual math actually feel like to us as humans experiencing the design? Well, balance strongly dictates emotion. We instinctively trust calm, organized layouts. That's why traditional banking apps like SBI Yono use strict, predictable symmetry. They need to project absolute security and safety for your money. But consider a modern fintech app like Cred. They heavily utilize stark asymmetrical balance with bold typography to feel premium, energetic, and modern. Unbalanced designs, on the other hand, make us feel genuinely tense. Occasionally, a designer creates radical imbalance on purpose, like a chaotic, tilted, neon-soaked poster for a high-octane Bollywood action thriller, just to generate adrenaline. But generally speaking, emotional stability is the ultimate goal.
This specific line really brings it all home. Balance is not only structural, it is emotional. The way objects, colors, and textures are arranged on a glowing phone screen, draped over a human body, or placed within a living room speaks directly to our nervous system, subconsciously calming us down or winding us up. Today, I want to turn you from a passive viewer into an active design scout. Give this quick observation exercise a try. Pick a room in your house, look closely at a shop display on the street, or just open up your favorite app. Stop and ask yourself, does this feel balanced? Is one side visually heavier just because of a dark pop of color or a massive shape? And is the balance symmetrical, like a mirror, or asymmetrical? Pausing to actively observe this invisible force is exactly how professional designers train their eyes to see the matrix of the visual world.
Now that you understand the invisible weight anchoring absolutely everything around you, you're never going to look at a symmetrical temple layout, a colorful Diwali Rangoli, or a smartphone interface the exact same way again. Next time you feel instantly calm in a local cafe or totally frustrated by a confusing app, you'll know exactly which invisible force is at play. The real question is, now that you can clearly see this invisible gravity manipulating your daily choices and emotions, how will it change the way you design your own life? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep observing the world.